Just meeting everyone from the lobby. There you go.
Good afternoon and welcome to this public meeting of the Northern Beaches Local Planning Panel. My name is Peter Bitsko and I'm the chair of the panel. Sitting on the panel with me today are Oliver Klein and Brian Kirk, who are expert members of the panel, and John Simmons, a community representative. The panel acknowledges traditional custodians of the lands on which we gather and pays respects to their elders, past and present. This public meeting gives an opportunity to registered speakers to address the panel. The panel has been briefed with all the written submissions, so it's unnecessary to read them. Normal speaking time is 3 minutes, but that can be extended on application to the chair. There are, in addition to 2 matters which are listed for the public meeting, there are also 2 matters which are listed as non-public meeting items because they do not have not attracted 12 unique submissions, and therefore under a direction from the Minister for Planning, they do not have to be listed as public meeting items. Our procedure is that once all the public meeting items are dealt with and all the speakers listened to and any questions asked by the panel, that the panel then retires into closed session to consider the matters and to reach a determination. And similarly with the non-public meeting items, usually the panel is able to reach a reasoned decision on the same day as the meeting, and the minutes of the meeting are usually put on the council website within a day. Today, as I have indicated, there are 2 public meeting items on the agenda. Item 4.1 on the agenda is the first of those. It's DA 2023/0368 concerning 1/9-15 Central Avenue, Manly, for the fit out and use of the courtyard for the seating of 100 patrons operating from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. And the second of the public meeting items is item 4.2 on the agenda, DA 2023/0386, relating to 207 to 217 Pittwater Road, Manly, for alterations and additions to a service station, including an automatic car wash facility, a laundromat and signage. As I've indicated, there are 2 non-public meeting items which I will identify. The first is item 5.1 on the agenda, a modification application 2023/0539 concerning 96 to 97 North Stane, Manly. This is a modification application of development consent DA 272/2017 for alterations and additions to an existing residential flat building. And finally, the second non-public meeting item is item 5.2 on the agenda. It's modification application 2023/0611 concerning 1 Griffith Street, Fairlight. This one is for modification of development consent DA 2023/0192, granted for alterations and additions to a dwelling house, including a swimming pool. For the first of the first of the public meeting items, there are 3 registered speakers, all registered to speak for the applicant, and namely Kaima Doyle of Robinson Planning, Matt Clifton, one of the applicants, and Marina Apfel, the acoustic consultant. I would invite, they're all in the same interest, I think, but I'd invite them in whichever order they wish, if they wish to do so, to now address the panel.
Thank you, and afternoon, everyone. My name, as you know, is Kaima Doyle. I will be brief. We've obviously read the planner's assessment report and the recommendation, and we agree with the terms. We put forward 2 recommendations to the panel and to council. Yesterday we were going back and forth on some suggested minor changing to 2 conditions, and it was condition 21 noise management and condition 24 hours of operation. I believe they've been tabled with you. They're minor tweaks, and if the panel is of a mind to approve the application, we would like to see those changes adopted.
Thank you. Do the panel have any questions of Ms. Doyle?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Just one thing, just one point of clarification. The door which exits from the courtyard into the front of the adjoining premises, next door residential premises, was that intended to be a fire door?
Which door are you referring to?
Door, right at the very back of the courtyard, there's a door, is there not, which is capable of being opened, which opens onto the common area, I suppose, outside area of the high-rise residential building next door.
It's part of the same development, I believe, and it opens to the rear sort of communal space, and then that gets access to the back of the street. That's correct.
Back of the street.
Oh, if we can pull up a site plan, you can see it, but it opens onto a communal area, a communal open space area that's open to the sky. Yeah,
that's right. Is that a fire door, or what is it?
Oh,
or is it?
Matt, do you know, is that a fire door, or is that just a secure door to the communal area?
It's an access door from obviously the main communal or common area of the strata into the commercial strata. It is also obviously used as a fire exit, so it has that exit.
It's not proposed that people should be able to enter the courtyard through that door, though, is it?
No.
No, and never has been.
No, thank you.
Always closed.
Yeah.
Thanks very much. Any other questions from the panel? No. Well, thank you very much. Do either of the other registered speakers wish to address the panel? That's Mr. Clifton and Mr. Apfel.
No. The only thing that I would like to add was just in reference to the recommendations from council and what Kaima mentioned in regards to putting forward some very slight amendments. The context behind the request for the amendments was not to take away anything from noise mitigation, but it was to prevent a blanket rule across the entire week of live music or radio music playing, for that matter, at whether it be 10 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, not having to shut up all the shop just because Spotify radio is playing. I do agree that there can be the measures to restrict on the live music and the DJ live music. And we think we've adopted that in a reasonable manner in the slight amendments, but just the context behind, that was all.
Yes, thank you. And does Ms. Apfel wish to address the panel?
Yeah, I don't have anything to add.
Right, thank you. Well, then, if the panel has no questions, thank you very much for your attendance. We'll move on now to the next item on the agenda. That's item 4.2. Which, as I previously indicated, is DA 2023/0386 concerning 207 to 217 Pittwater Road, Manly, which I've earlier described. In relation to that matter, there is only one registered speaker, and that is Kirsty Drummond of 219 Pittwater Road, Manly. Ms. Drummond, would you like to address the panel? We can't hear you, I'm afraid.
I apologise. I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, sorry. Thank you for the opportunity to directly speak with you about our objections to the proposed DA for 207 to 217 Pittwater Road. As an introduction, my name is Kirsty Drummond, and my husband and my family own and reside in 219 Pittwater Road. We share the boundary fence with 207 to 217. We emailed and shared a number of our concerns with the proposed design of the car wash and service station, and we wish to take this opportunity to highlight two major concerns for us. The first relates to the increased traffic congestions and the heightened safety concerns. My home office looks out over Pittwater Road, and my observations are that there is a significant increase to traffic flow and added congestion, particularly when the fuel prices are dropped. On a daily basis, I witness an increased number of cars waiting to enter and exit 207 to 217. This increase to traffic creates added congestion, more road rage, but it also heightens the dangers of accidents, particularly to pedestrians as they weave in and out of the cars as they attempt to navigate the footpath across the entry and the exit points. This is a largely residential area, and the community uses the daycare centre, Harris Farm food markets, and school students access Stella Maris campus at the roundabout. So there's a lot of foot traffic using that footpath. There have been a number of car and pedestrian accidents on this small stretch of road, and we have really grave concerns that allowing this proposal to go ahead with yet another drive-through car wash with the suggested design, it's simply enabling an accident to happen, and it burdens the area with further traffic chaos. My second concern relates to the boundary fence and the boundary heights. We are directly impacted from this, what I would describe overstep in design. The proposed 3-metre boundary wall will literally bear down on us, but it also compromises the light to not just us, but also our neighbours on Golf. The impact of the suggested 3-metre wall will block all natural light to our backyard and the rear rooms of our house, including our kitchen. My understanding is that the Northern Beaches Council recommended fence height is 1.8 metres in a residential zone, and the maximum for a masonry fence is 1.2 metres. So this proposed 3-metre wall is, in my opinion, inconsistent with the council standards and also inconsistent with the other 2 service stations, which are mere metres away. Having this proposed 3-metre wall with an enclosed roof and no setback is, in my opinion, an encroachment. It removes all natural light to our property and those in Golf. And given the recent heavy rainfalls, the possibility of significant water runoff onto our property is another major concern. If anyone on the panel has not yet visited or familiar with this section of road, I invite you to come and visit, and I'd be happy for you to witness the dangers of the traffic versus pedestrian challenge that I see daily, but also consider how this overbearing wall and the structure will compromise our light. I'm grateful for your time and considering our family and my fellow residents in the community's concerns, and hopefully this has allowed us to highlight the concerns that we have with this proposal.
Thank you very much. The panel has in fact inspected the site. Does the panel have any questions?
No.
No. Thank you very much for your assistance.
Thank you.
I think that then concludes all the public meeting items. As I've indicated earlier, the panel will now retire into closed session to consider those matters and attempt to reach a decision, normally which we are able to do on the same day, and also consider the 2 non-public meeting items to which I referred. And as I indicated earlier, normally the minutes of the meeting recording decisions and reasons is available on the council website within a day. That being said, I will now close this public meeting.
Thank you. Have a good day.